Hey everybody, welcome to the Live Naturally System Tipster Tuesday. My name is Dana Moore. I like to give you a few minutes to pop on because sometimes you're just not prepared for it or need to quickly run to the bathroom or get a kid settled in front of a show. I totally get it. And I'll just give you a quick introduction because there's a lot of you that popped on specifically for today's Tipster Tuesday for Diamond Strategies that haven't been in our group before. So just to give you a brief overview, this Live Naturally Tools is owned by myself and Jenna Cross. She's a Blue Diamond and she's also one of my teammates. And we started this system a few years ago, about 3 years ago when we were going through Diamond Club and really needed tools that we felt were simple. So simple is the name of our game. Every Tuesday I like to go live and share tips, tricks, and strategies. And this is for all of you. Even if you find that maybe some other paperwork for teaching classes and stuff speaks your language more, that's okay. If you want to follow us just for tips and tricks and strategies, you are more than welcome to stay and listen and learn and take anything that you can from it and apply to your business. So that being said, before we even jump in, I want you to know that I'm going to share a really, what I think, a mind-blowing strategy that's going to set a lot of you free and help you to feel vision and bravery as you head into Diamond. However, some of you might be like, that's not for me, or this isn't the timing for it. That's totally great. I think one of the things as you develop in this business as a leader is you have to know what nuggets to take and apply right away, what to kind of shelve for later, and what to shake off and not use at all, okay? And so if this isn't speaking your language, or you don't feel envisioned for it right now, or it actually stresses you out in some way, like just let it go and be free to do that. I never feel like when we go to like leadership and, you know, summits and trainings and things like that, that I have to apply everything. And one of the things that will help you a lot is to know, like, not just to follow the next shiny thing, you know, but to really weigh it out. Like, does this speak life to me? Is this going to help my business grow? Do I feel envisioned and excited about this? Do I want to dive in? Am I itching to learn more? Or am I kind of like, stressing me out? And if it's that response, then maybe it's not for you. And that's okay, because there are other ways to do things. There's other strategies. There's other things that will resonate with you and who you are. So hopefully that helps. And I think I gave enough time for people to jump in. You should know about me, though, my number one strength is strategy. So strategy is my favorite thing. Absolutely love it. I view our graphic trees and our back office and building for rank as a game or like a puzzle, and I like to beat the puzzle. So I absolutely love to reorganize trees and figure out how to make things work to maximize rank and bonuses and things like that. It's definitely my number one strength, and so that's what I'm bringing to the table. If it's not your number one strength, that's okay. You just learn from other people, and the thing about it is you can grow and learn in strategy the more that you play around with things and manipulate them, okay? So I'm going to dive in old school whiteboard, okay? I'm sure there was probably a really fancy computer program I could have used, but our motto is always simple: pursue simple now, get fancy later. So maybe eventually I'll get fancy for you, but the thing about it is like the strategy just needs to be written out, and I want to keep it simple and let you know that I still use a whiteboard for a lot of things, you know, and you can be successful doing that. So we're going to dive in. Thanks for all the love, and I hope you love this. I want you to know this is 100% ethical. I would never train you on something that was not like up to code or up to par, or like something that your account manager would be like, it's a bad idea. Okay, so this is totally ethical. The other thing I just want to say about this is this strategy I've adapted and kind of pulled from another presidential in Canada, and then I think it kind of originated with Elise Chedevy. So I'm not trying to say this is original to me, or like I like dreamt it up one night. Like I've definitely pulled it and worked with it from some other people. Okay, so I'm going to dive in. All right, guys. So a lot of you are golds or platinums, and if you are, you know, ready to start thinking about diamond or itching to start thinking about diamond, this is a good way to go. If you are still trying to solidify gold, I would say work on that first, and once gold feels pretty solid, this is a good time to think about it. Now, everyone thinks about that differently. Some of you I know commented like, I want to be solid platinum before I even think about diamond. And that is not a bad strategy, okay? If that's your personality, that makes you feel peaceful in your home, then do that, okay? But I'm a like work on solidifying one rank and start the next rank kind of person. And we've been that way since the beginning, and it has worked for us, okay? But this strategy actually might set you free a little bit from being too cautious or too hesitant, okay? So we have you here. I used to be a first grade teacher, so you're gonna get the first grade. This is you, and this is, hopefully you have a premier / silver in each of these spots, okay? If you're gold or platinum. If you're not, you're eventually going to get that way. So don't worry about it if you're like, I'm not gold yet. That's okay. This is a good strategy to even think about, and it can be applied to other ranks. But specifically today, we're talking about going for diamond. Okay, and so sometimes you might have another leg started that maybe hasn't worked out, and sometimes there's, you know, what's going to happen here, and you're just waiting for like a rock star to come into your business. And I want to just like get that off the table completely. You're not looking for a rock star at all. You are looking for a placeholder, okay? And a placeholder is somebody in this situation that is going to start your fourth leg for you, and they're not going to stay in that spot. Now, I messaged quite a few of you to just say, like, have you considered this strategy? Should we do a video on it? Should we talk about it? And you're like, oh yeah, I already have a placeholder. I'm just waiting to find someone to transfer into that spot. That's not what I'm talking about. This is not somebody you're going to transfer in. This is somebody you're actually going to eventually delete completely, okay? And so a placeholder is somebody that you love, that you trust, that will temporarily earn money with doTERRA and run their order, but will be willing to cancel their account when you need them to. That's a placeholder. So often it could possibly be like a brother or a cousin or an aunt or somebody in your family or your best friend, somebody that is never going to build doTERRA. That's kind of like the biggest thing. They can never, ever build doTERRA, okay? So they're basically doing you a favor. They're going to collect some money temporarily, but they know eventually that they're going to not build, okay? And so you got to really think through who would be a placeholder. A lot of the platinums on our team have asked like their parent, you know, like their dad is their placeholder or something like that. So it's worked out really well. Okay, so this then, under your placeholder, you're growing 3 legs. You're basically duplicating this down here. And we would call these, I don't know if you guys know Molly Snow, but she calls them CCs, so committed and capable builders, okay? Now, I actually call these people sharers because I don't really care if they are committed and capable yet. I just want to know that they love oils enough to share. And the reason I feel so free with that is because that was me. I was 100% a hardcore sharer for a year. And then when it clicked, when things clicked, and I took the time to really understand and realize that I could do this business, we ranked from premier to presidential diamond in 2.5 years. But it was because we were developed in this way and no one ever put pressure on me. And so I think when you enroll that 4th leg and you're like, oh my gosh, you're my 4th leg, I'm so excited. And you're like, we're going to go diamond and we're going to get silver as fast as we can. And it's going to be amazing. You're going to make $2,000 a month. And you put all this energy and effort and pressure and excitement and too much passion and too much enthusiasm on that person. Even the most like go-getter person might actually all of a sudden not answer your phone calls anymore, right? Or not show up for your calls or not build, or all of a sudden they were there and they're gone. And it's because I think we put too much on someone in the beginning in a key spot. So in the very beginning, you enroll your placeholder. Now remember, they have to work their own account, okay? This would be shady if you were managing this account, okay? Because you cannot manage 2 accounts. So you can't do that, okay? They have to run their own account. They have to pay for it with their own credit card. Like, that's legal, okay? That's legit. Now, obviously, they're doing it and they know they're doing it temporarily. You have an agreement with them, but you can't run that account, okay? So I hope that's super clear. I've never said you can run 2 accounts, okay? I'm not saying that. Don't tell anyone I said that. I'm not saying that. They got to run their own account. Okay, so you enroll them, and then you enroll 3 people that want to get to elite, right? And we all know, because you guys are rock stars, that it's not that hard to get someone to elite, especially if you launch them with 4 classes in a week and you get some momentum. You could almost get this done in about 8 weeks time. Okay, so you have a placeholder and 3 people going for elite. When they're all going for elite, you gift them all to the placeholder. Okay, so you're gifting them up to there, and that this creates a silver. Okay, so this placeholder becomes a silver and you are a diamond. And this can happen very soon, okay? Because it's not all up to them to build the silver. You're just helping 3 people who are sharing oils and loving oils get their oils paid for, okay? They're just getting their stuff paid for. Now you're developing these people. So next week on Tipster Tuesday, we'll do how to develop leaders and some tips for that, because I read in your gold and platinum thread that a lot of you are like struggling with that, and I get it, but that's where I come in, that I also feel like is a huge strength of mine, because I'm not actually a high enroller at all, but we have a massive amount of leaders on our team, and it's because I can develop people. And so I want to help you to develop people as well, so your people will grow. So they're all elites, you're silver, you're diamond, it's beautiful, life is happy, your bonus is amazing, okay? Everything is good. And you're gonna grow these people with really no pressure, because they're growing at their own pace, they're growing because they're loving doTERRA, they're really starting to own the leadership rank. You know, once they get to Premier and they have 5,000 in volume across the board, you know, we know this doesn't work out in a perfect world, but once they're kind of growing that way, they really start to own it for themselves. We know that Premiers really own things for themselves, okay? So they're owning it, and somebody takes off and hits silver. Okay, we'll just say she's a silver. She took off and hit silver. You have a Premier here and a Premier here. Once one of these people hits silver, you are going to say, okay, time to get rid of this account, all right? They gift everybody back to you, and they go away, all right? They're gone, all right? And then this person comes to your top line, so you're still a diamond. You haven't left diamond. You still got your rank. You're never losing your rank. So you temporarily built. And then this person comes to your top line, and this person comes to your top line, and now you're set up for presidential, because you have 3 good leaders on your top line. And this, as you know, these people are growing to gold. This one's going to grow to gold. You're setting yourself up for blue. You have your presidential leg started. And so what is happening with this strategy is you are, instead of looking for that one leader that's going to like be everything for you, you're actually just looking for people that want to be developed, that love oils, that are willing to share, that will host classes for you, that you can invest in, that you can nurture, that they can grow at their own pace. I mean, we have a leader, I'm thinking of one particularly, she's a silver right now, and she is the epitome of committed and capable. Amazing. But since she started doTERRA in the last 1.5 years, she's had 2 babies. And so she has to move at a pace that's, you know, her pace. She can't move fast. And so she's committed and capable in every way. Amazing. In this kind of a spot would be a ton of stress, right? But in this kind of a spot, total freedom to do her thing, and she's rolling up to a top line position. And so you have 6 qualifiers then ready to rock and roll, instead of 4 building a whole leg out, starting another one, building a whole leg out. So I hope that like turns on a light bulb for you. And if it doesn't, that's totally okay. Remember what I said, like this is a take it or leave it thing. If I don't speak your language, that's okay. That doesn't offend me at all. But if I do, I think that sometimes we can start to think differently. I can tell you for sure I have 2 platinums on my top line that are more cautious in nature, and they are solid platinum, okay? And they, like, this has given them new life, and they're like, okay, I'm totally going for diamond, and I'm gonna do it this way because I build at a pace like this. This helps me to build at a pace like this. If you are, you can kind of develop this differently, put another placeholder here and go deeper. That's kind of more advanced. And I like to kind of keep things as simple as possible, like I said. So I agree. I think it takes a lot of pressure off. I think it helps you to like be like, oh, I could actually get the diamond wheel turning now, instead of like just waiting for that one person. Now you are looking for builders too. Don't get me wrong. These are builders. They are, but we don't have to put the pressure on them to like be the builder, right? To be the one that goes for it, that goes hard, that is my end all be all. And we've made that mistake a couple times. I can think of a couple different key people on our team that are no longer with us. And it's not because they weren't amazing, and it wasn't because we didn't support them. It's almost because we over-supported them. It's because we put so much pressure on them to be like the last missing piece to our organization. And that can be a lot of pressure for somebody. So hit me up with questions in the comments, and I'll try to go back through and message you back. If this is your first time with us on Tipster Tuesday, just comment and let me know it's your first time, because we'll give away a bundle of Live Naturally tools as well. And then next week, we will, on Tipster Tuesday, we'll go over some different key books to use and to read to help you grow as someone who can grow people. Because in this strategy, what you're doing is you're just taking the time to actually develop people that want to be developed at their pace, and you can still hit your goal of being a diamond without having to put the pressure on them. And so I love that. I don't like putting pressure on my team for my goals. I like to develop them at their pace for their goals, and then they roll up and things work out. So love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for Tipster Tuesday. Have a good one.